countless people that I have either lived with or been friends with have died of overdoses. A lot of people I know would have been great people had they taken the opportunity to get out of that life, and instead they passed away caught up in their addiction, so they never even got a chance to turn things around. Hi, my name's Scott Sheldon. I'm coming up on 3 years clean now, and I work for the health department as well as for the Howard County Detention Center as peer support, someone who's kind of been through the struggle of both addiction and incarceration. I got to this place that I'm at now being able to help people by living through a lot of troubles myself. I come from a fairly normal family. I went to Oakland Mills. I dropped out my junior year. I got my GED right away, and I did start taking classes at HCC, but I never really stayed on top of it because I still allowed making money to be more important. I started getting into drugs when I was about 14. There was definitely a progression that got me into severe addiction issues. Addiction can be a result of something that someone is trying to do that seems like a benefit, but then it also runs some risks of becoming more of a problem. So it's not like it's in some realm of just people on the streets of Baltimore, it's like it seeps in everywhere. At different intervals in my life, I didn't know how to deal with what I was feeling to the point where I was contemplating suicide even had legitimately attempted it on more than one occasion. I would just deal with it by getting high. Heroin was probably the worst for me because I became so desperate and was basically willing to do whatever it took to not feel the sickness that would come from not having it. So that addiction kind of began to run my life for a bit, which led me into a lot of criminal activities. But anyone who knew me could not even themselves grasp that I was the same person that was robbing stores and breaking into houses, shooting up, smoking crack. It just did not fit with what they knew of me. And it wasn't because I was used to that, it was because I was high on heroin. It numbs you to a lot. I was detached from the reality of the situation while still actively participating in it. Looking back, it's a very sad, useless or pointless existence. I was blessed to get the chance to make it through all that in order to make a change at this point, and that doesn't happen for everyone. It's a hard group to reach, because when you're caught up in addiction, you're not watching TV, you're not going to the movies, so there's really a limited way of accessing the group that needs that information. I went through years of I already messed up, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm just in this life now. I guess this time I had time to reflect on what my problems in the past had been, and part of that issue was that I never had a stable roof over my head as my first priority. So I talked to my counselor in the Bureau of Addictions class, which is the Howard County Health Department's class here in the detention center, and they asked if I was willing to go to a halfway house, and I said, sure, whatever it takes, to be somewhere stable. Now, I work for the county government and I work for the state government, and my job is to literally tell people it doesn't have to be that way anymore. My life 24/7 is I get to witness the disease of addiction and the struggles of people transitioning out of rehabs and detention centers. I do what I can to let everyone know what help is out there and that they can ask for it, and that there are people who understand and there are people who want to help. Even when you feel like you're all alone and don't have any options, you're not, and you do. Honestly, word of mouth is going to be the best way that people figure out that, they can call for help and it's not going to be a problem. So if you're not an addict, but you might have family members or friends who are, so you're the one that needs to pass along that information. It is better if we make everyone aware of the opiate epidemic, of the availability of Narcan or naloxone, and the ease of its use and the lack of dangers involved in providing that service. It's better to have it around in order to make a difference in bringing that person back or keeping that person alive, to give them the opportunity to make a change before it's too late.